Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Venitia and this is your timeless reading for the day. As you know, these readings are meant to find you whenever you are ready to hear its message. But now, if it doesn't resonate 100%, that is absolutely okay. You just take what resonates and you drop the rest that don't. Okay, so let's start off here. So I hope everyone is doing well. So if you're new to this channel, welcome. And if you're back, well, I'm glad you're back. So first, let's see what is going to be the topic of the day. Okay, I'm going to pick up a few cards. Okay, here they are. So the law and the solution. Okay, so you could have someone supporting you here in something that you must have been taking into court. Okay, someone could have been stealing something from you, could be something illegal, something with papers, something with alimony, and you had to, go for someone who could defend your interest here and who's going to find a solution. So there is a good system of support. So if you're not dealing with the law, it's also setting boundaries with someone. Okay, setting boundaries and say, this is where I draw the line, this is the solution to whatever this partnership is, and this is the way we are going to proceed. So you have many keys here that are available to you. And so it's also the sign of genius. So you're going to find the right solution for the problem that is arising right now in your life. But it could definitely be a lawyer here, someone who is, there to protect your interest. Okay. And this could happen very fast. Okay. We have communication, 8 of Wands. So communication, swift solution. So whatever the problem is, okay, you're going to find a swift solution to get out of, the stuck place where you were. Okay, so there could have been some delay, some blockage. Ace of Swords in reverse. Maybe you were at war with yourself, not knowing what to do. Maybe you tried to find a solution that was easier for both parties, but now you have no choice but to take matters into hand and change the pace. You are changing gears here. You are going to the next level because some line has to be drawn here. Okay, Ace of Swords in reverse. So it's like someone crossed you, someone crossed the line, and you just had to step up for yourself and cut out all kinds of manipulation or lies. There is boundaries that has been crossed here, and so you have to step in and say that's enough. Okay, so let's see. So if you're not dealing with the law or a lawyer, someone defending your interest, it's definitely you who are putting your life here into order and saying that's enough. Okay, that's the way now we're going to proceed. So we have the King of Cups. So you could have been dealing with someone immature. Okay, and we have the Moon. So King of Cups is someone, when in reversed, is not bringing up what he needs to bring to the table. Okay, so there is a sentiment, a feeling of dissatisfaction, because this could be fake promises, immaturity, someone who is not, the man or the woman. It's a general reading, so reverse the gender if need be, but this could definitely be a man. Someone who's been straying, someone who's been saying something but did not put his words into action and left you feel, either betrayed or dissatisfied or so sad, and because they were promises that were broken. So you had very high hopes. And then we have the Moon. So your intuition is actually on point. So you could have felt like this person was very deceptive, okay, making promises and not being, able to keep them as time went by. So you're more relying on your intuition. And see, we have the Six of Swords. You are definitely moving on from that situation, okay? That could have been a third party. That could have been broken promises. They were lies, someone who was, at first like a dream, or it was a dream situation, something that you really thought, oh, this is it. And then, it kind of toppled over and things were not what they seem to be. You are moving on from that. You are leaving that behind because this situation, you realize now, was not only, dissatisfaction, but it was making you feel brokenhearted, sad, left out. You felt unseen. You felt like you were hoping for something that was never coming in your life. So that person has made promises and was not able to keep up with the words, could not keep, his words, and was not putting his words into action. So you've been moving on. Brokenhearted, but you left that, or you're about to, okay? You're leaving heartache behind. Okay, with the Three of Swords, this could have definitely been someone who was, having a third party. We have the Hermit. So this person is reviewing all the choices he or she has done in his life. You could do so, you're reviewing the past. You're not putting pink glasses here. You're looking at the situation as it is, okay? But that person could have been non-committal, could have been, someone who was maneuvering, his or her way through people. And there were lots of people I sense around that person, not necessarily deep connection, but that person was having his ways with a crowd, it could work the crowd in some way. And that person now is isolated, reviewing choices. They are looking at the path, okay, and the consequences of their act. So you just left them behind, okay? That's way too many cards. So we are going to ask for a clearer message, okay? So that person could try to reach to you, but I feel like you've been so hurt that now you are deciding, let's put a stop to that, because this is what I want. I want someone who is not about, just words and no action. Wands are action, okay? This is someone who who's putting, his enthusiasm into something. This is someone who does put his words into action, okay? So there is fire energy, there is attraction as well. So if you are now brokenhearted, just know that either this is you putting words into action now, moving on, doing things, enthusiasm, new project, new goals, being focused, being clear with what you want in life. But this could also be a man with those qualities, or a partner, in your life, male, female, just reverse the gender if you need be. But this is a person with those qualities that is on your path. Okay. Fire energy. So it could be a fire sign, but not necessarily. See, new love, okay? The Ace of Cups was in reversed. So right now there could be, some, delusion, something that you have to work out, because you could still feel brokenhearted, not ready for love. So you need someone or something in your life to show that, yes, you can believe in love again, okay? And for some of you right now, it's thanks but no thanks, okay? That cup of love was so poisonous. I need some time to heal. I need some time by myself, and it's fine, okay? There will be a time when you will be ready and you will be opening up to new love, okay? The universe is preparing that for you. So you just move on with your life, okay? Heal if you need, because Ace of Cups is that as well, okay? And you are probably so sad because that person messed it all, okay? Someone here is having nightmares, being stressed out, feeling, what have I done with the Hermit? Why have I been so non-committal? Why am I dealing with all of that in my life right now? Because of the way you acted. That's the price you pay for being how you are, so that person could review all his or her choices here. That person is not having a good time. That person could feel very isolated, even if he or she wants to present to the world, a grand face, a grand smile, like everything is cool, everything is fine. When they are at home and, they have no contact with the outside, when nobody sees them, They are sad, you know, because you've been pulling out your energy. Six of Swords. You went away. You left their sorry behind, you know. You just left them, you know, because you don't want to be with someone desperate all your life. You want someone who commits. You want someone who brings something to the table, not someone who is, you know, always complaining or whining or, you know, gaslighting, being immature. You want someone who take action into hands, you know. So you want someone who is able to handle things. So now they are reviewing all their past choices, all their life, and they are not happy with the situation they are in right now. Okay? So let's see. Seven of Pentacles. A little bit of patience, okay? You are building something right now. Pentacles means money too, so it seems that you are focusing exactly. Eight of Pentacles, okay? You're focusing on your project here, okay? In your project, your goal, your focus, all of that past, because you could have felt like your energy was drained by that past person or about to be past person. And now you're working here on something and you just figure out what is your mission in life. What do you want to work on? Lots of work, okay? You've been working on yourself as well, okay? But there could be definitely be some money here, okay? Okay. Queen of Swords, you lift up your swords. You are no longer putting with anyone's poor behavior and BS, okay? You're just lifting up your swords and you're like, I'm better alone than you know, keeping company to them, okay? That King of Cups in reverse. You're saying thanks, but no thanks. And the Queen of Swords can cut, you know, even though it can hurt, okay, that person is able to make the tough choice to leave something behind. This is purging. This is leaving everything that needs to be left behind, okay? It's like learning the lesson, not being bitter, but being aware of the hurt, okay, and not wanting to stay there. So this is becoming stronger and not hesitating to cut whatever is toxic, okay? Because they could be relentless and try to, you know, come back, you know, trying to put up a fight with you, and you're just very calm here and you say, no, I don't want to put up a fight. When no is no, okay, it is a no. We have justice. So again, justice could be with the first card that we had, that was the lawyer, okay? So someone defending your interests. So there could be some fighting in the court here. There could be some money involved, some money that you need for your next project, some money that is owed to you and that will be given to you. So you are not here being too emotional about things. You are looking at things just the way they are, and you're just cutting what needs to be cut because you want to be free. You don't want to be having any codependency or anything. You're just cutting what needs to be cut, and you're very decisive, very strong here about it. And this Queen of Swords is really making the right choice in her life, even the tough ones, because she knows that if someone is not standing up for her, she will stand for her right, or he, okay? As I said, reverse the gender if need be. But this person is very able to be independent, okay? She has learned the lesson the hard way, okay? You went through hell, okay? So you know the price you had to pay. And so someone's pettiness, someone trying to breaking, someone who was, you know, you are defending your position here. And you just said, keep out. Keep out. And if you don't, okay, restraining order, okay, if need be, because you are definitely not putting up with anyone's silliness here. Okay, your patience could be very low at this point. Okay, your degree of patience, I mean, it's like, I said no. What is it in the word no that you did not understand? Okay, so Knight of Wands. So this could be, the next step. Okay, could be some messaging, could be relocating, could be moving, but things are going. It's like you're putting your life on the right track now. Okay, you don't want someone to mess up with your business. You are the one who wants to put things into your own end. Okay, so there is an end of a cycle. Okay, with someone immature, someone who was not bringing you. It could be a job situation as well. If the job was no longer what it was promised to be, you are changing gears now. You're going on your brand new path. Okay, but it could be when a person is not bringing up something to the table, was non-committal, was having third parties, was lying, broken promises, having all sorts of demands and bringing you only dissatisfaction. You are cutting. You're keeping them out. You're lawyering up if need be here. You're taking your lawyers, you're taking matters into hand, and you are, changing horizon here. You're on to the next chapter. Okay? Back of the deck, we have the Nine of Pentacles. As I said, you don't want codependency. You don't want, money ties when there's no need to be. You want to be safe. You want to be independent. You want to be free. You want to be self-sufficient. Okay, ain't nobody who is going to, restrain you here. Someone wanted to keep you for themselves. Someone was very jealous, like they could do everything, but you could not. You had to remain isolated and stuck, and they wanted to delay your rewards, your recognition. Because there is definitely rewards, recognition, some kind of blessings coming here into your life, and money as well. Okay, but that is by cutting the tie and leaving something behind here. Something that, doesn't deserve your time. Someone who doesn't deserve your energy. A situation that doesn't deserve your attention anymore. You are leaving that behind. Okay, so Four of Pentacles. Okay, whatever that situation, that person is, they have to realize that you've been changing. This has been turning. You understood a lot of things, and you are no longer putting your attention where you are not feeling seen. Moving on. Okay, let's move on. There it is, Eight of Cups. You understood that this situation had to be left behind, okay? Eight of Cups, full of poison, okay? And now juggling with new opportunities. Two of Pentacles, okay? You have 2 coins of gold and 8 cups full of poison. Definitely going for the 2 coins of gold. Okay, you've got many possibilities. There was delay. You were stuck at one point, but the beauty of it is that you understood everything and you just said cut. Okay, I'm no longer. Life is too short to be dissatisfied. Life is too short for me to remain stuck in that energy. Now I'm going to a new horizon. I have project. Okay. So there is a new horizon on this card, with a ship sailing. And this is definitely you. There is something that is going faster now, okay? It's like you were delayed for quite some time, and now you are reaching here, the shore, going on that ship and gone, okay? Moving on. Okay, let's see. Okay. 10 of Cups, okay? There were promises that were not kept. You thought you had it, good at one point. That something was possible, okay, with that situation or that past person. But it turned sour, okay? This was like the goal of a lifetime. it's delayed. It was not just the right situation or with the right person. Okay? So, because that was not the good person, now you're on your way to find, that good person. The person of the past, the high priest in reverse, was not being committal, was lying. Okay? So this could be a person of authority, a person with good morals, but as it reversed, this is what they were trying to portray, but they were not living those high morals. They were not showing integrity. Okay? So with that person, you cannot commit because they are not bringing what needs to be brought in the relationship. But this could definitely be in the relationship, okay, in a partnership. So someone was giving and someone was only taking. Okay, we also have these ones here. Okay, 6 of Cups. Now you have soulmate energy. There is a celebration. And 5 of Wands. Okay, you will have now to be very fierce. And you are already fierce defending, your vision of things. Either people are in with you or they are out. But you are no longer going to live on broken promises. Because you are very set on that soulmate, celebrational energy and fighting, okay, to have that vision come to life. Okay, 10 of Wands. A very tough cycle ending here. Okay, so let's see now with this one. Okay, you could be exhausted and drained, and you are dropping some of those wands, saying this, this situation of the past, I am not going to carry that on my back forever. Okay, you are going closer to your destination. Okay, so if someone is trying to keep you, stuck behind or, trying to derail you, this is the moment when you have to push through. Okay, you are almost there. Okay, it's getting closer. Okay, see, you could be literally feeling like going through a maze, like in this card. Okay, there is a labyrinth here and there is a castle and you are here. You have to find your way through right now. So things could be a little bit blurry, okay, but don't worry about that because you're going to find your way through. This could be the labyrinth, okay. You need to build up your, trust in yourself. The way you view yourself, your self-worth. Someone has been gaslighting you. Someone put you through that maze. You could have felt lost in someone's vision, okay. But now your focus are getting clearer and you are no longer trusting someone, without having any recipe. Okay, it's like I want to see clearly. So you were looking at life through someone else's vision, okay, but you realized that and you broke free from that. So there is a little bit of a fighting energy here, okay, because that person has been somewhat manipulative and you have those thoughts in your mind that you have to get rid of. Okay, so sometimes there is a little bit of a mess because there is that change in your mindset right now. Okay, but don't worry because the mess ain't gonna stay there forever. Okay, far from it. Okay, we got contemplation and we've got communication. So definitely looking at a brighter horizon here and communication. You are speaking again, your voice is going to be heard and you are going to be seen. So communication could play a part here, whether it's through communication with lawyers or something that you have to say, a testimony, something that you have to bring up, could be in the new work, but communication is very important. Okay, and you are soaring, and rising up now towards your goal. Okay, and we've got Oh, this is a very beautiful card. This is blessing, okay? This is infinite love. This is the endless love. Okay, so there is definitely something new when it comes to love, okay? But this is love from the source as well. And this is also when you are caring about yourself. Okay, so self-love for some of you, because some of you don't want to be in a partnership anymore, at least for the moment, okay? So you're rediscovering self-love here. You're rediscovering your beauty again. It's like you were like hidden for a while. So there is, you know, some kind of a rebirth, definitely for some of you. And you are soaring. See? This card means I am, okay? You are no longer letting someone decide for you or leaving someone, you know, the possibility to define you. You are saying, I am. So you're going to show the world your true nature, okay? That person, okay, is going to feel very sorry because that person is going to see you soar, okay? It's like you are ready to spring into something new, but to spread your wings, I meant, okay? You're going to spread your wings here, okay? We've got expansion. So something, okay, is also about your ambition, your life mission. There is something that you have left out for a while that you were not considering anymore, and you're just looking at life and say, what if? Okay, and you're opening doors. So there are kind of choices that you are making now that are very important because you're rediscovering yourself. So there is some kind of a rebirth, and you're considering maybe, you know, a new venture that's going to bring you, you know, security, money. There is abundance. Okay, something that you left behind for some of you at some point because of that person, possibly because that person told you that you were not able to produce that, to do that, that you were not this or this or that, and now you're learning something. Okay, so you're going to manifest a couple of things here, and we've got love and we've got hope. So for those of you who are like, no, I don't want to believe in love anymore, just let yourself heal for a while, okay? Because you are doing certain things here that are maybe not about love, but about career. This is going to give you a brand new image, a brand new sense of self. And, you know, you're going to attract people who are going to love that energy about you. So let yourself be fierce here, okay? This is your time to shine. And so people are going to fall in love with that energy. We've got love and we've got hope. So keep some hope for love. Okay, focus on your goal, but there is definitely love, you know, because you could be appreciated for who you really are, appreciated for, you know, you could be popular by what you're creating now, popular through your new venture, your new goals, your new, you know, spirit, but there is also love coming in. So I'm going to take this deck now. Okay, so personal value, okay, that person standing up on a pedestal holding a heart, okay? So you're learning about your personal value now. You are reevaluating your life. That person could have, you know, tried to dim down your light. And now you're rediscovering self-love. You're rediscovering your potential, okay? You are rising. So there is some reward, some blessing that you're going to receive. This is a card of healing, personal value. You are rediscovering that you are someone who is worthy, okay? And so someone was a fake person, okay? You see, that person was offering you flowers, but behind the back there was a lock, you know? Remember those first card that we have? Okay, this one with many keys. You are now discovering how to make yourself free from that trap. Okay, they were coming up with fake promises. They showed you, oh, I'm going to give you love. That's the King of Cups in reverse. Okay, someone immature, someone with broken promises. He or she was offering you compliments, flowers, you know. He was about trying to get something out from you. Your energy, your love, maybe your money, you know, your attention, whatever. That was a fake promise because that person had an agenda, okay? And now that you discovered that this person was fake, okay? Now you're accessing the truth. Again, we've got a key here, okay, on that card. You are offering your heart now to someone who is true and someone who is going to value you. Something when one of the core value of the relationship is truth. Okay, truth is also truth toward yourself, towards what you want in life. Okay, you are rediscovering the truth right now. You've been gaslighted, you've been manipulated for quite some time. So yes, maybe you need to heal. Okay, but now you're able to access more truth in relationship, because the hidden gift of that fake relationship, those fake promises, is that now you're going to be so much more able to see the fakeness in people, so they won't be able to play you. Okay, so maybe that one person played you for a while. Maybe you found out very quickly. Maybe you're still blaming yourself because you found out too late. It's over. Okay, 6 of Swords. Remember, you just moved out of that. Okay, and that was a long time ago. You made that choice to go for that 2 of Cups here. Okay, 6 of Swords. You moved on. There is no turning back. You are heading now to celebration and to the 2 of Cups. Okay, remember, we had the wheel, so things have been changing. So that fake person has no longer, you know, any power over you. But there could be some lawyer here trying to, you know, settle the situation possibly. But and at the back you see that person had no value. That person could try to come back on his knees and everything, like ramping, you know, because he or she knows that he has been doing you wrong. Okay, but you are no longer putting up with someone BS. It's too late, too little, and way, you know, overdue. So you are heading now to the next chapter of your life. That was the reading for the day. Please comment, like, share, subscribe. Okay, I'll see you in the comment. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Much love to you, and thank you for listening. Bye for now.